Hello, good morning, everybody, and thank you for sharing with us your time for this live session. My name is Hideki Hashimura. I'm CMO for redk, redk CRM Transformation. We are a CRM tech consulting company based in London and in Europe. Today, we have a special guest, Shaked. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, a big pleasure to be here, and thanks to to Hideki and the rest of the team for inviting me. My name is Shaked Dershkovitz. I'm basically leading the solution engineering within our partnerships and alliances group of Monday.com. A big pleasure to be here. I'm based out of Tel Aviv, and I was the 450 employee out of 2,000 employees overall in Monday. Back to you, Hideki.
Thank you very much, Shaked. So, going straight to the point, we are publishing the first of 4 reports focused on the CRM technology, the state of CRM technology, and how it is evolving. We are living on the second wave of CRM tech after more or less 15 years of the start of CRM as a space. And on this new wave of CRM applications, we're seeing a lot more focus on the outcomes that CRM has to achieve rather than CRM just as a tool to input data. So when we talk about sales performance, customer experience, being able to deliver more personalized experiences, CRM solutions are becoming way more and sophisticated and complex. So a lot of the times when we are talking to customers with brands out there, the question is how do I choose a CRM, and what makes a good CRM, or what makes a CRM better than another, right? When we talk about technology, and we mentioned this on the report. Forrester talks about the difference between companies that are customer obsessed when it comes down to delivering a better customer experience, and how those companies are able to make much better use of CRM technology and the impact they are able to generate within the business to impact the bottom line. And that's not really down to the technology. It's actually finding the right fit for the business. What technology fits the business. Not all CRMs are created equal. The same way, not all companies have the same needs, right? So when we look at this, we have companies that have very, very complex applications, huge implementations of big applications like Salesforce or Zendesk, Microsoft. And then you have companies that have the need for more nimble products that are fast evolving and that are able to adapt to the business in a much agile way. So the report talks a lot about how CRM, irrelevant of the type, is driving behaviors within businesses, right? In the case of Monday, is a newcomer into the CRM space, but it's growing rapidly. And Monday is not being historically a CRM solution, but I understand you're making a lot of investments into this product. Why is that? Why is it that Monday is moving into this space?
Yeah, I think Hideki, that's a great question, because if you think about the CRM workspace, it's been around forever. It has some top names within the biggest SaaS company in the world sells CRM. We all know the name. I think that 3 things were the main drivers or motivated us to go into the market of CRM. The first thing is that even before we introduced the product, the pre-packaged, the offering, we've seen people all across the globe using Monday.com in a wide variety of CRM use cases in the broadest way of relationship management, not only sales CRM. We've seen some high demand. They want something such as Monday, like an open no-code platform that can allow them basically to get exactly what they need and not what someone else envisioned for them. So I think that was the first. The high demand was definitely a trigger. If I go to the second thing, I think that we also saw the CRM as a backbone of the organization. Okay, like if you want to be the beating heart or the spine, you name it, right, of the organization, and we want to be a must-to-have, but not a nice-to-have, we'll have to find our way into the tech stack and to make sure that we create one environment, okay, and one offering which can do modernization, simplification, and automation, not only in the CRM but also in other processes. So I think that fits really well into what we try to do within inside work management and the way we see intelligent work planning. By the way, our mission is not only for organization, it's also for their ecosystem, like customers, freelancers, subcontractor, viewers, they're all free of charge in Monday. And last thing, I think that specifically in CRM, like that's the place where we really shine because that's a lot of manual work, a lot of automation, a lot of place to modernize and to be innovative. And I think we're going to talk about it today when we get to AI. Back to you, Hideki.
Yeah. So yeah, I think what you mentioned is quite interesting. The demand for CRM and how CRM is the backbone of many organizations, mostly because it holds a crucial data for a company's performance. Customer data, transaction data, operational data, and what we find is this is becoming more of a need on organizations are really using CRMs as a way to drive transformation and to drive growth, as opposed to trying to just manage the pipeline, right? So we're seeing that software manufacturers are building new features in the product. A lot of them are focused mostly on increasing the level of effectiveness of the different customer operations. What trends in CRM are you looking into to be able to design a better CRM product?
Yeah. I think that when we build our products, we basically get we have all these sensors and we are very much of a data-driven company. But if I should have if I should name a few of the trends that we're seeing in CRM, the first one I will say is that from the one hand, we're living in a multi-channel from the customer side, right? The customer might send an email, text, do a phone call, and so on. So the expectation is to be multi-channel 24/7, 365. But from the other side, from the organization expectations, and in terms of things that you wrote in your reports, we see channel-less for the employee side. Like the employees want one single system and one single source of truth. And the customer wants to have all options valid from anywhere, anytime. The second thing we see is that we really struggle, okay, or we really see a big difference once we're able to give our customers the capability to come with a personalized and tailor-made customer experience. I think, Hideki, you and I have seen it in lots of places, but this is something that we really try to do, how we can customize and make sure that each engagement is different to a way where it should from the previous one. And the last thing is, of course, the reason why we're here. I think AI and automation, when we use them together in conjunction with or without self-serve channels, we can see a significant shortened amount of time being saved for the organization. There's clear ROI, and we can definitely do the math and see how it can retain our customers longer, make our employees more happy, and overall bring to the table a much better and healthy, long-standing relationship.
Yeah, I think that's quite interesting. The trend in general, I think, has to do a lot with improving the employee experience. But when we talk about employee experience, we talk about, we hire very intelligent staff to do the work, particularly with customers. They have to have, very technical knowledge, but at the same time, a lot of soft skills. So the last thing people want to be doing is wasting time inputting information in a meaningless way, right? When we talk about employee experience, we talk about enabling people to deliver on their function and doing their work more effectively, so they can not only feel more fulfilled, but they're actually delivering the value that the organization is offering to customers, their value proposition, and making it easier for them. So the focus on employee experience, on the user experience, is often driven by the tech team's ability to personalize the platform, the CRM platform for the users, and to be able to deliver on those journeys. So low-code, no-code platforms are becoming increasingly more effective at creating user interfaces to design better workflows, design better journeys, and deliver on that function. And I think this is where we're seeing a huge increment on AI capabilities across the board. Manufacturers are adding functional parts, components, right? Operational functional components in the product. How does AI play a role in the building of the product for Monday?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that overall, when we talk about AI, and again, I'm trying to go as broad as I can beyond the classic sales CRM into the highest level of customer journey, voice of the customer, and relationship management in its broader context. I think that when we use AI in the right way, and I can very much relate to what you said, like being used right, AI can make our employees more efficient and engaged while keeping our customers. So it can be a win-win, but it's a very steep road from a win-win to something else, churn, leaky bucket, and so on. So I think that what we've seen in terms of AI is that it's shortened time to get insights. It's shortened or basically surface some actions, for example, something that you need to automate and you've been doing manually. And this is not visionary. Like this exists today in the product. I'm sorry to keep repeating myself about three things, but basically we've seen AI coming before the interaction, like what do I know about the customer or the company if it's B2B, what do I know about the history, previous conversation, and so on. We need to remember people are driven by pleasure or pain. So if we know the history, we can understand where we're at now and what to do next. During the interaction and the engagement, employees want it to be easy to search, retrieve data, right? To get suggestion or action, it has to be in real time or near real time. And of course, the post-interaction of engagement. How do we keep improving? For example, in Monday, we use Gong.io to summarize, to take action items. We run CSAT surveys and NPS metrics. So I think all of this provide us a 360 understanding of the interaction.
Yeah. So AI, when we think about AI, the way you mentioned now, the way to explain it is there's no massive AI brain behind the software trying to solve a lot of very complex problems, right? I think the majority of manufacturers, the way they are approaching the utilization of AI within the software is by looking at what, like you mentioned, what can we help you with before, during, and after the interaction with the customer. So before, preparing and accelerating the process of the interactions, like when a customer requests information, how can the software guide you to the right agent, or how can the software help you deliver on those? So that's where the AI chatbots appear, and manufacturers are coming up with really complex bots that use natural language processing to help you deliver that fast. During the resolution, a lot of the times it's all about the employee having the right data, the right accurate data at the right time, fast, to deliver that interaction back to the customer. So the AI solutions are actually accelerating the process of resolution in those interactions. And same things after the interaction with the customer. How do we follow up? What is the next step? What is the recommended best next step, right? And what we're seeing here is a lot of the solutions are incorporating really interesting add-ons on the things that the product can do through AI to accelerate that process and increase the effectiveness of interactions. I was very surprised to see, I was at your customer event in November, and I thought it was really interesting to see how you're productizing AI within the solution across the customer journey, right? When building the product towards the future, what's your aim? Where do you want to get with your product?
I think where you're going to go is a big question, but I think I like it. And the Monday way, I'll be fully transparent. Okay. When we started our journey 12 years back as a startup, now we're publicly traded on NASDAQ, one of the biggest, I would say, to some extent, some might say that Monday.com invented like a new category, but CRM have always been around. And there's like 800 different companies that I can name in the workplace of CRM. So the high-level mission remains the same. The high-level mission of our North Star was always to democratize the power of software. We will never know as good as you your language, your terminology, your processes. So we want to give you a no-code platform that you can easily adapt and customize. Let's say tomorrow morning there's a change, following up on what Hideki just said. Like, we want to give you something powerful, but yet when you need to do a change or when you need to respond fast to the market, this will be a matter of hours or days, but not weeks, but not months or years. I think that Hideki, in our last conversation, we discussed that 80% of the Monday.com CRM implementations are completed under 10 weeks. I think for me, that have done a long way in enterprises, this is crazy, right? So we basically want to keep the secret sauce that worked very well from where we started, which is PMO and marketing and work management, and whatever worked in 200 countries and 230,000 customers, we want to do it within the CRM. And I think we got a very good feedback from the market. Not sure how many of you are familiar with the G2 report. The G2 report is being done. It's basically a review of softwares made by authenticated, verified users. And through 2 months of effort, we were able to be top 5 in the world. I think this is crazy. Like, this shows what the future brings.
Yeah, I think a focus on the user experience is definitely driving that. The way we're experimenting feedback from customers. We have different ranges of products for different types of customers, and I think the challenges for CRM adoption are having accurate data in the system that can be used to execute actions. So the second one is a good user experience, so the employee experience, and being able to action the data quickly, right? So those 3 elements, having accurate data within the system to be able to action activities and action the customer journey, and having a good user experience are either the drivers for adoption or the deterrents for adoption. And I think the customers and the brands, the software brands that are focusing on delivering these are gaining a lot more momentum in the CRM space. Ultimately, the way we build CRM solutions and deliver them within the business, they drive behaviors within the organization, and the behaviors then have an impact on the bottom line. So putting a huge focus on delivering on these 3 items can definitely help leverage that return on investment, right? I think someone from the audience was asking, how do customers contact their audience, right? So when we talk about CRM solutions, we talk about there's an aspect that is external, which is the customer experience, and they need to have the ability to deliver an interaction through an omni-channel strategy, and that varies for different companies. But towards the inside, you have to have the ability to streamline operations as one single entity. So I can engage in a little bit more conversation around that. So I'll probably comment on the chat later. Where we're seeing CRM going in the utilization of AI is really interesting. So is there a specific goal you're planning to meet in terms of how you use AI into CRM?
Yeah, so I don't know a lot of public companies out there or software public companies out there that are basically giving like some kind of a yearly projection. So every year in January or February, we basically release to the world, to our customers, to our partners, to our people who are interested to know what's coming ahead. We're basically giving a high visibility. So we are about to release our roadmap. That includes tons of things in AI and lots of improvements. I would say that, a lot of time we're thinking that AI is the vision and, it will happen and we're not sure if it will succeed or not. We already have some in work management and some in CRM. We already have some success stories, okay? Some in the way that, how does a day in the life of a project manager looks. That's something that we basically presented in the PMI conference. But from the other hand, how can I get more data about the company? How can I do enrichment? How can I do tailor-made experience? In addition, we're not only going to open one less sentence, IDK, I promise. Not only we're going to open, that's basically in the no-code platform, we also allow to bring like an API. So we will never know as good as you what you want to do. So from the one hand, we're talking about giving you powerful AI capabilities, no code, but from the other side, we also want to give you the way that you can build and customize and get exactly what you want on
Yeah.
top of our platform.
Yeah, I saw that in the product presentation in November. I thought it was really clever how you're putting together these AI bots to be assistants within the product, but customizing what they do for you is actually relatively easy. It requires very little, technical knowledge. It's more about being intuitive about the process design. Yeah. So I will encourage people attending the webinar to download the report and engage with us, have a conversation. If you are considering implementing a CRM solution or fixing your CRM strategy, we're here to do that. So please do download and engage with us. I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you very much, Haket, and I see you all in the next redk Live. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. Great to be here. Bye for now.
Bye.